So it's day 11 and it's approaching about 10 o'clock. I'm on my first watch and we've got the spinnaker up. We're cracking along at about 6.5, 7 knots and we're fast approaching the halfway point. We should be there in about an hour's time.
So for our halfway mark for a treat, we get a spoonful of Cocoa Pots, a spoonful of Frosties, and slightly warm UHT milk.
Woo! These, and we've got Frosties. We got Cocoa Pops, because we're halfway through the Atlantic, and we're having cake. Healthy cake.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me.
So it's funny because as well as being halfway across the Atlantic, we've also done 10,000 miles on this boat. And
so we're celebrating the halfway mark on the Atlantic. So we've got some tea for Poseidon, 3 hot chocolates for the kids, and 2 teas for River, cake, and some drinks.
You made it,
We're
didn't you?
celebrating with blue cake.
Hey, we thank you, Poseidon, for keeping us safe for 10,000 miles. So we sacrifice a cup of tea to you.
Thank you, Poseidon.
Been quite an eventful day. It's past our halfway point and we celebrated our 10,000th sea mile.
Butter and chocolate powder is like the best thing you can ever have.
I'll get a thing. Daddy.
Good.
Chocolatey bread.
The new drama today is that I don't think the freezers are working anymore, which is a shame because we still have 2 weeks worth of food in there. Let's see.
So I think with all the movement of the boat, I think the negative wire worked its way loose, and there was a lot of resistance there because it was like just barely touching, and so you can see where it's burnt through there. So I've just re-crimped a new one on and it seems to be working fine now, but I need to find somewhere else to mount it that's not going to get knocked about, and so the wires don't work loose again. But luckily we've got 2 weeks of food in there that's now we don't need to eat. I was hoping we were going to have a feast tonight. But
Yes, my amazing husband has managed to fix yet another problem. We seem to get them every day now. All that stuff I think would have gone off, well, defrosted by tomorrow, and that would have been a bit tricky because it's meals for the next 7 to 10 days.
I think the highlight was we actually caught our first tuna. 10,000 sea miles, and it's actually the first fish that we've actually landed. We've caught quite a few, but they've always got away. But this one we actually landed. What is it? I think I saw a fin. Look at that! It's beautiful.
It's massive.
It's gonna die. Is it bad that it's gonna die, or is it just like?
Well, if we were going to eat some meat, we would have killed an animal anyway. This one's been living up to 3 right to the moment we caught it.
Does it hurt? So we've done 10,000 miles, halfway across the Atlantic, caught our first fish. Unbelievable.
Sorry, fish. It's been eating some fish. It's all the leftovers of other fish. Oh, what's that? Some leaves or some more seaweed?
Oh my god, Matt, you look like a murderer. That's the heart, it's still beating.
I don't know whether to be sad or not.
You were going to eat pig tonight without even thinking about it.
Exactly.
In computer games like Ark, you just kill a fish and then you harvest it and you get fish meat and then you just put it in the campfire and cook it. In real life, you have to do this.
Thanks, Stu, for all the help as well, the fishing. Yay, we have fish tonight.
Do you think it was that cupboard?
Oh look, I got the heart.
Dad.
Cooking tuna, fresh fish from the sea today with rice and garlic spinach and some vegetables and stuff. Just checking the weather now. We get 5 days ahead really. So you know, we're here on Thursday and Friday it's fairly similar to what we've got, and then when we get to Saturday it's starting to build up, and it's kind of gusting up to 20s, so we would possibly reef our Balluna and Genoa then, but because it's building up even more than that over those next few days, over the weekend and towards Monday, it'll be better for us to get our Balluna down, because it could be quite strong wind and also big waves as well, so we don't really want that extra kind of thing to think about, because you can only reef it together with the Genoa, and if we want to change our direction we won't be able to do that either. So Friday is the day. Tomorrow afternoon we'll get the Balluna down, just go with the head sail, and then we can reef it as we need to.
Positive for today, as you've probably already heard, we caught a fish, which was really cool. So we've had fresh tuna steaks for tea, which is awesome, and I also managed to send off an email to my family, which is really nice. So hopefully I might hear back from them in a few days.
Positive, we didn't catch a bird. We caught a fish.
Negative for today was probably, oh, I don't know. It's been a good day. You don't get many negatives in the Atlantic. It's all good vibes.
Negative, probably that tomorrow the wind's going to pick up, so it might be really rolly. That's tomorrow, but today's been good.
I've not managed much exercise in the past few weeks, so I think I'm starting to want to get out and run free.
The other good thing today was that I finally managed to solve another algebra problem from Rowan's IGCSE maths, but I actually quite like it. If anyone's good at algebra actually, I'd like to ask some questions, but we'll wait till we get on land. But that's it, that's the diary for today.
Highlight for today for me was probably bringing the spinnaker down. It was really quite exciting.
Stripy mast had spotty sails and a golden flag. I said, hey, I had a dream last night about a boat. It was pink and green.
Honestly, I didn't sleep very well because I was thinking about it. I knew that the weather was going to change, and I knew that we had to get it down sooner rather than later.
Dream last night about a boat. Will anyone listen? Does anyone care?
Today we have Thai Day.
It's a bit chewy.
It's kind of a combination between Thai and Scottish Day, so it's a Thai takeaway just north of Edinburgh.
Daddy sailor sun, so I'm sailor moon.
So it's day 14 and you're not going to get anything that you can understand out of this lot now because they've all turned weird.
Solar arches up.
I'm hoping that a good night's sleep means that tomorrow they will be able to string a sentence together and let you know how it's all going. But other than that, yeah, the wind is picking up and so have the waves, so it's roly-poly and it's supposed to get worse, but hopefully it will just get us there quicker, because I think now we're counting down, even though we're supposed to be living the moment. I'm tired now, so I'm ready to stop moving now and get on shore and stretch my legs. But anyway, we've still got 7 days to go. Bye!
It's more than halfway, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the bad thing today was we didn't see any dolphins, we didn't see any fish, we didn't catch any fish.
Okay, so we're on day 15 in the middle of the Atlantic, but I wanted to see how the machine bread maker would work under solar. So we've got that going at the moment, just keeping an eye on the batteries and seeing whether the solar power can cover the power consumption of the bread maker. And at the same time, we are making water as well, so desalinating the seawater, and that is also running under solar. So we haven't got the engine or the generator on at the moment, we're just using the solar power. The other thing we've got is a propeller generator which is connected to an alternator, and that is also generating power, and that actually usually keeps our batteries topped up nicely because we're always moving at a good pace. So using the solar and the movement of the propeller, we are providing power to make bread and to make water. So that's off-grid living.
It's day 15. We've done 1,463 or something miles. So we just saw some tuna. So we're putting the lure out.
So positive for today has to be I finished my book. Literally probably the quickest I've ever read a book. It's been like 2-3 days, and I even managed a little nap in the cockpit at lunch, which was quite nice and relaxing. Negative for today will be 5 minutes time when I've not caught a fish.
Okay, yes, day 15. We've definitely stopped counting now because it just goes on and on. We are on the last third, so you know this is the point where no one really bothers going on watch anymore. Everyone the boat just sails itself really. We haven't seen any boats for days. In fact, ever since we left, we haven't seen anyone else. We could be the only people that exist on this world as we speak, for all we know. Apart from the fact we do get emails, so obviously there are some people out there.
It's nothing really interesting happened. The good thing today was we had full English breakfast for dinner.
We're on to our tinned apricots and tin custard now. I've got one more apple to go round tomorrow, I think, and a few kiwis, and that's it for fresh fruit. We still have a bit of fresh vegetable left.
We are nearly there, only like a week to go. Matt has told me a way to save the chocolate if you break it into small squares.
And the bad thing today was that I got a fan because I was really hot, but then I think the boat just suddenly rocked and I bashed my eye and I couldn't open it for like an hour. So I was just like that in bed listening to an audiobook for like an hour. Oh, I hated that.
We saw loads of flying fish fly at the water.
We found this flying fish on the deck because every morning I'm going to check the deck, and it's another flying fish, but it's a bit small and a different type. It looks really poisonous, and instead of 2 wings it has 4 wings. If I can get them out. And it looks like somebody's tried to catch it, because I wouldn't think that would be there for no reason.
We're into our final week. Night watches are kind of settled in quite nicely. We're all kind of used to our routine now. We've got our audio books and our podcasts all set up. I'm becoming an expert on all sorts of weird things I never even knew existed before we set off. It's nice to have a boring day. Nothing's gone wrong. You know, the steering wheel was squeaking quite badly, but the WD-40 we put in it seems to have worked its way in nicely. The auto helm's working nicely. I'm having to prime the pump on the water maker, but it's still producing water. We think we might have a slight leak on one of the O-rings because the water's not brilliant quality. It's over 500 parts per million. Well, it's still drinkable. I had a good kip this afternoon, which is not usual because I'm usually too busy, but I managed to put my head down for an hour.
Slept well last night. I haven't slept well before that, but I slept well last night, so I feel good today because otherwise I feel really tired by this point.
That's it. Kind of looking forward to getting back and having a hot shower and a cold beer.
See you tomorrow on day 16. A big thanks for watching, and especially thanks to our patrons who make these videos possible. If you'd like to become part of the Patreon family, then follow the link in the description below, or just put Mothership Adrift Patreon and I'll take you to the right place. We would really love to hear from you. So if you'd like to leave comments, then go to our Facebook page or Instagram or even to our Patreon page where you can connect to us immediately.
And if you want to do it, do it.
Stay by your side.